This past week, Israel has been on a roll, taking out terrorist leader after terrorist leader, ridding the world of evil, and essentially doing the free world a favor. For some reason, not everyone in the world is liking the idea of Israel taking out terrorists, and they've been making their voices very clear. Iran sent a very clear threat to Israel, and Israel is taking it very seriously. Guys, the situation here in Israel is very tense and could possibly escalate very quickly. I'm Justin, and this is the Israel Guys. Welcome to the Israel Guys, where we believe that in a world of Jew hatred and anti-Israel propaganda, you should have a direct connection to the land and people of Israel. As you know, guys, Israel has been on an absolute roll this past week, doing an incredible job, I will give it to them, taking out terrorist leader after terrorist leader. First off, the biggest one, the one that has been in the news the most, Ismail Haniyeh, the chief political leader of Hamas, pretty much the number one guy in Hamas, was taken out earlier in the week. Thank God, another good riddance from the world. Evil taken out of the world. Also, Mohammed Deif, he wasn't killed this past week, but he was confirmed that he was killed on July 13th. And this is what the strike that took him out looked like. Check this out. So he was killed on July 13th, but just this past week, the IDF confirmed officially that he was dead. Just last night, the IDF eliminated the deputy head of weapons manufacturing for the Islamic Jihad, Mohammed al-Jabari. Also, Fouad Shukr, the Hezbollah terrorist who was responsible for the killing of the 12 Druze children playing soccer last week. Absolute tragedy. A rocket came in and struck the soccer field. 12 children, innocent children, were murdered. It was a horrific tragedy. The guy who planned that, he was taken out by the IDF. Also, Ismail al-Ghal, and you might have heard this guy's name in the media, but not as a terrorist. This guy was a Hamas military wing operative alongside being an Al Jazeera journalist. Yes, I just said those two things in the exact same sentence. A Hamas military wing operative and an Al Jazeera journalist. Of course, the mainstream media and social media raving about him, going on and on about how the IDF killed yet another innocent journalist inside of Gaza. Don't believe it at all. It's all a lie. This guy was a Hamas military wing operative, a terrorist, and that is why he was taken out by Israel. Honestly, at this point, I don't even know why Al Jazeera is still a news network, how they're still allowed to run. There's been so much proof of them being involved in terror activities. Many of their journalists themselves being terrorists. One of their journalists was even holding an Israeli hostage inside of Gaza. How are they still a news network at this point? So, yeah, as I said, Israel is on a roll. They're not just taking out top dog terrorist leaders, but they're also continuing the fighting in Rafah very strongly. While I was researching for this show, I saw this post from the IDF on X. They said, quote, "The forces of Division 162, including the brigade combat teams of Givat and the Nahal, continue fighting in Rafah. During the last day, the forces eliminated about 30 terrorists in face-to-face battles and Air Force strikes. 30 terrorists they eliminated, 30 more evil terrorists taken out from the face of the earth. Thank God." So, Israel's doing an incredible job, but with that comes threats from multiple fronts around the world. Not everyone is happy that Israel is going DEFCON 3 on terrorist leaders around the world. We talked about it before, but Turkish President Erdogan, he threatened to invade Israel after they took out Ismail Haniyeh, the leader of Hamas. Of course, Iran threatened Israel. We're going to get into that in a few minutes. But Hezbollah also threatened, and this morning they put those threats into actions. They fired a barrage of 60 rockets. Thank God no one was injured. I think most of them were intercepted out of the sky. They fired 60 rockets On Thursday, Hezbollah Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah said that the attacks on northern Israel would, quote, continue from tomorrow, and this has nothing to do with responding to the assassinations, but rather a continuation of the battle since October 8th. Guys, things are getting tense here in Israel as Israel is preparing for a possible massive attack. We're going to get into that in just 1 second. But first, every week, our team here at the Israel Guys has the privilege of traveling throughout this gorgeous country to biblical places like Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the Galilee. We get to see and touch the land, and it's a very special thing, something that we definitely don't take for granted. Our friends behind the movie I Am Israel know that so many of you are dreaming of touching the land of the Bible, and that's why they've created a way for you to do that every single day. Designed especially for women of faith, Jewelry by I Am Israel will give you a stylish and elegant way to wear a piece of the promised land wherever you go. Faith Like a Mustard Seed necklaces and earrings contain soil from the mountains of Jerusalem and a mustard seed from the fields of Bethlehem. Flowers of the Field necklaces contain a unique selection of flowers that were grown and cut right here in the land of Israel. Every piece is skillfully handcrafted and inspired by the words of the Bible. So if you're a woman who values both style and the land where Jesus walked, or a guy like us who doesn't know much about jewelry but knows that the women in your life would absolutely love these, visit the jewelry section at IamIsraelFilm.com or just click the link in the description below to get yours today. So things are very tense here in Israel. Israel is preparing for a possible repeat of the Iranian attack that happened back in April. Iran fired over 300 projectiles toward Israel. Thank God, it was a big miracle that Israel was able to shoot down 98% of these missiles coming in from Iran. Only one person was killed in the attack. It was a huge miracle that God saved the nation of Israel, but possibly preparing for another attack on Israel, if not worse. It started with a very serious threat that came from Iran's supreme leader. A report from the New York Times said that Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, he ordered his country to launch a direct strike on Israel as retaliation for the elimination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. He said this, he said, quote, "We see avenging his blood our duty because it happened on the territory of the Islamic Republic." He said Israel had set the stage for receiving a severe punishment. The military here in Israel is on high alert. Medical services are getting ready. They're preparing for basically anything at this point. It could be a very serious attack. Things are tense, possibly could escalate very quickly. U.S. officials told CNN on Thursday that an attack from Iran, quote, could be larger and more complicated than before, including the possibility of a coordinated attack with Iranian proxies from multiple directions. We'll see what happens in the next few days if Iran actually lives up to their promise of attacking the nation of Israel, and we'll see if it's going to be worse than before, or if it's not going to be quite as bad. Stay tuned. Subscribe here at the Israel Guys so you can get the latest news from the land of Israel. Guys, in conclusion, God's promise to Abraham, it still stands today. God does not change his mind. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. He said he would make a great nation of Abraham's descendants, and also he would bless anyone who blesses Israel, but he would also curse anyone who curses Israel. That is a pretty serious promise that God told Abraham. We know ultimately that God's got it. He's got it all under control. He's got it all in the palm of his hands. He's going to work it all out according to his plan. Israel is going to win. God's promises are true. The question is, what side are we going to be on? Are we going to be on the side that's blessing Israel, or are we going to be on the side that is cursing Israel, like, unfortunately, a lot of the nations of the world are doing today? Guys, don't forget to check out I Am Israel Jewelry. Just click the link in the description below to check that out today. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Put it in the comments if you stand 100% with Israel. If you are on the side of the people who are standing with Israel, who are blessing Israel, who are speaking up, raising your voice for the nation, for the people of Israel. As always, stop listening to the lies and propaganda and connect with the truth of what is happening here in Israel. In a world that is filled with confusion, anti-God rhetoric, and wokeism, God still has a plan for his people. For those who believe in the Bible, God is enacting a redemptive plan, and it is centered in Jerusalem. Facing Jerusalem is a refreshing, easy-to-read guide to understanding Jerusalem's role for Christians. Banking on our nearly 20 years of serving here in Israel and filled with our personal stories of working in the Holy Land, this book is sure to inspire, challenge, and fill you with fresh zeal in your walk with God. Order Facing Jerusalem today at an exclusive special discount. Use promo code Jerusalem to receive 10% off of your order. It's time to experience revival in the Christian faith, and we believe that a key ingredient to that is spiritually and physically facing Jerusalem. Go to facingjerusalemthebook.com or just click the link in the description below to get your copy today.